Now at 10, a Southwest Missouri man dies following a crash in Neosho. Plus, Pitt State breaks ground on a new community garden project. And an adult literacy program in Joplin takes to the sky to promote reading.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Neosho, Missouri police say a man is dead after a crash involving a suspected drunk driver. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. That crash happened around 7:30 last night on Neosho Boulevard. Authorities say a pickup pulled into traffic and was hit by 2 other vehicles. There were 2 people in the bed of the pickup who were ejected in the crash. One of those people and the driver suffered moderate injuries. The other, 39-year-old Jeremy Olmstead of Neosho, was killed. The 2 other drivers were uninjured. Police found the driver of the pickup was under the influence at the time. Formal charges are pending. No one was injured when an SUV rear-ended a Joplin school bus today. The bus was loaded with Joplin students heading to Soaring Heights Elementary this morning. The school district says parents were contacted and most of the students were taken to school on another bus while some were transported by parents. Once at school, the students were checked by district nurses. Queen Elizabeth II's historic reign has ended. The 96-year-old died today, 70 years after she took the throne. Her son, Prince Charles, automatically becomes king. His official coronation could be months away after a period of mourning for the Queen. Reporter Ian Lee is outside Buckingham Palace with reaction.
A double rainbow appeared over Buckingham Palace as people gathered to mourn the loss of Queen Elizabeth II. The crowd sang the British national anthem, many remembering their 96-year-old monarch. For most, she was the only one they'd ever known.
I thought she was fantastic, a role model for everybody, and never put a foot wrong, did she?
It's one of them things you never believe is going to happen. It's quite upsetting, really. You know, you start feeling in your stomach, you don't really know what to say.
Buckingham Palace said in a statement that the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral, her summer castle in Scotland. She was surrounded by family, including her son, now King Charles III.
How is her family coming together?
73-year-old King Charles is more outspoken than his mother and has spent years championing the fight against climate change. People magazine's editor-in-chief Wendy Noggle says the monarchy may begin to look different.
Everyone in the royal family was preparing for this because they had been taking on more of the Queen's royal duties. Now they're really going to be putting their own stamp on it.
The Queen's final public appearance came on Tuesday when she appointed Britain's new Prime Minister, Liz Truss.
Queen Elizabeth II was the rock on which modern Britain was built.
The Queen is expected to remain in Scotland over the weekend before being flown to London, where the public can pay respects. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
King Charles III is returning to London on Friday to make his first televised address. Let's check in with Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be another great day for us today. Weather all week has been fantastic, mainly upper 80s to near 90 degrees. 86 today, 61 is where we started, right about where we should be for this time of the year. Clear skies. We're going to continue to have clear skies as we go through the overnight hours. Temperatures mainly lower 70s. Neosho 73, 72 in Pitt. Welch is sitting at 73 degrees. Out the door in the morning, 63, 74 by 9, 83 by noon, high of 87. Plenty of sunshine as we go throughout the day. But we do have some changes down the road, so we're going to have to keep our eyes on that. Heating up a bit. Of course, we're going to look at Friday night football weather and then weekend rain chances as well. We'll talk about it all here in just a bit.
See you then. Pittsburgh State University students have taken a leadership role with the community garden at the First Christian Church in Pittsburgh. KOAM's Yana Hautala visited the students as they broke ground.
A student-led organization, PSU Enactus, at Pittsburgh State wants to bring the First Christian Church's community garden back to life.
Nobody was volunteering due to COVID, all of those kind of things. So we've just started picking it up, trying to get our own volunteers from the school and the community around us.
Besides the lettuce, tomatoes, and carrots that they already planted, they started breaking ground and plant nearly 180 transplants of cabbage and broccoli. Later this year, 450 pounds of these products will be donated to the Lord's Diner here in Pittsburgh.
I'm really excited that they're going to get fresh foods as it's more nutritious and it's, everyone enjoys it better. Just have it available so they're given a choice. They're not forced to buy canned foods or just go without entirely.
The local diner that serves cooked meals to anyone in need appreciates the effort the PSU students are putting in.
We have some local farmers that donate to us as well, and just with them doing it, it's made a huge difference for us. So just having another, big garden and source of that coming in is going to be huge.
With the fresh produce, they could possibly make salads or other sauces or sides to mix with foods.
Just to give back to our own community is big, and it's all local, and it's going to be, healthy, and it's going to be fresh.
Gallup says once they get the products harvested, she would like to see how people feel about the outcome.
I'd love to go help and serve it and see what this means to other people.
In Pittsburgh, Janna Haudala, KOAM News.
In its earlier days, the community garden has donated fresh produce to Wesley House. Employee Retention Credit is a program the federal government established to help businesses with the cost of keeping staff employed. The Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce and the Carthage Chamber of Commerce are offering two different opportunities for people to learn about ERC. These include how your business can get up to $26,000 per employee in COVID relief funds and how to find a qualified party to assist in obtaining it.
To qualify for this credit, you have to be a business or a nonprofit, and you have to have employees. And you had to have them during 20 and 21. And there's some other qualifications too, and they can get kind of complicated. But what we're encouraging people is, if you have at least 5 employees that are not family members, we think you should talk to someone. And a lot of firms do a free consult, so 15, 20 minutes, and you can find out if you might qualify for this or not.
The Carthage Chamber of Commerce will host the second meeting on September 13th from 11:30 a.m. to noon. This year marks the 50th anniversary of Title IX, and MSSU is celebrating it with a panel discussion regarding the milestone gender equity law and its impact. Title IX protects people from discrimination based on sex and education programs or activities that receive federal financial assistance. One panelist says the law has been very impactful.
To be aware of Title IX, to be aware of the protections and the rights that you have under it, particularly women and queer students. It provides a lot of access, it provides a lot of ability to have safe space and access in higher ed.
Title IX was passed in the summer of 1972. Still ahead, an adult literacy program in Joplin takes to the sky to promote reading. Plus, why a professor donated Civil War books to an area college. A local adult literacy organization is hosting hot air balloon rides to promote reading. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Joplin's Neighborhood Adult Literacy Action says about 11,000 adults in Newton and Jasper counties have low literacy levels. The organization focuses on promoting and improving adult literacy in the community.
So important for Joplin Naylor Reed to offer free classes and free services. Everything is also everything is confidential.
The second annual Literacy Liftoff is meant to bring the community together while promoting literacy.
It is just a fun, free community event, but it is our biggest fundraiser of the year, so it helps raise funds so that we can provide services free of charge to the community.
Literacy is a skill that everyone needs constant practice.
Of many students who've come to us over the years who have gone from poverty and then been able to increase their skills, get a better job, move up. We have some who've even started their own businesses later.
Our literacy can uplift you higher than a hot air balloon. Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Joplin Neighborhood Adult Literacy Action has been serving the community since 1981. Crowder College is now in possession of a collection of books about the Civil War. Dr. Daniel Sutherland is a retired history professor from the University of Arkansas. He's also written more than a dozen books about the Civil War, and today he donated those books to Crowder.
I think this is a region that appreciates the complexity of the Civil War, and a lot of people don't realize just how active this specific region was during the Civil War. There were more battles in Virginia and Tennessee, and that's about it. In the U.S. Civil War, Missouri was a hotbed of activity, and a lot of that was guerrilla warfare and internecine warfare. That
collection's available in the Lee Library at Crowder. A local bank today gave out big grants to area organizations. BMO Trust and Custody Services handed out more than $550,000 in grants to groups in Southeast Kansas. It came from the Pritchett Trust Grants, which was set up in 1994 in honor of long-term Pittsburgh residents William and Ethlyn Pritchett. Experiencing psychological distress before COVID-19 infection can increase the risk of long COVID. That's according to a new study from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. Researchers found depression, anxiety, worry, perceived stress, and loneliness was associated with a more than 30% increased risk of long COVID. A little bit later, Parsons, Kansas looks to bring disc golf competition to town.
Plus, we have rain chances back in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be another great day for us today. Really, since Sunday when we had some showers and thunderstorms, we've had very consistent, very nice temperatures, very seasonable across the region. Clear skies, that's what we have right now at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, Seneca, Missouri. All right, let's talk about these rain chances, because even though some areas have picked up a lot more rain over the past couple of weeks, we still need it. So let's hope we can get a little bit out of this storm system over the weekend. So let's go into your weekend now. First off, if you have outdoor activities over the weekend, the bulk of it looks pretty good because our chances for rain are going to roll in Saturday night. Let's start Saturday morning. See the rain increasing out to our west. We warm near 90 degrees, so this is about 4:30 in the afternoon. Some of our northern counties may start to get some scattered showers and thunderstorms at that point in time, and then we'll see showers push through, especially along the north of I-44 as we work through Saturday night and into Sunday morning. Here's also some good news. Cold front slides in with it, so as we go to Sunday afternoon, we get northerly winds. Look at our temps, upper 70s to near 90 degrees. So at least we have some more rain chances in the forecast. Until then, we're going to stay dry. All right, highs today, mid 80s, Missouri, up to lower 90s, Chanute 92, and then upper 80s, northeastern Oklahoma for us today, and that's pretty much still the warm spot for us now. Chanute at 75, 69 at Grand Lake. Cassville sitting at 71 degrees, 7th and Rangeline currently at 73. Humidity is at about 66%, and there's nothing going on here. Really, the entire Central Plains, pretty much nothing going on. We do have Hurricane K. Look at this. Baja California, look how close it is to Southern California. So they are going to finally get a little bit of much needed rain. And here's the beginnings of our next storm system across the northern parts of the plains. All right, let's walk you through your daytime hours tomorrow. We're going to stop in the morning. Temperatures lower 60s to start. As we go through the morning hours, plenty of sunshine. We pop into lower 80s by noon. As we work into the afternoon, a few cumulus clouds, but I think most of us very similar to today, upper 80s, lower 90s, Chanute, Fredonia, back into lower 90s. Tomorrow night, a few random clouds with our front that is going to rotate in as we head into Saturday morning. Any rain is going to be well behind the front. We heat up Saturday afternoon, and then those chances for rain will start to press in as we head into Saturday night. But Friday looks good, starting at 63, 82 by noon, 86 by 5. High temp of 87. So what about Friday night football forecast? We're going to hold on looking pretty decent. Kickoff, it's going to be warm, 83 degrees for most of the games, 78 by halftime, and then we'll drop into lower 70s by the time the game's in. But it's going to be warm, clear, just about perfect for Friday night football. 87 tomorrow, 89 Saturday, 80 on Sunday, those morning showers. Look at those overnight lows, 54 Monday morning, 58 Tuesday morning, back into the 90s by the middle of next week. But we get a little more fallish weather early next week.
Yeah, a high of only about 80 on Sunday sounds really nice.
Sounds really good.
Thanks, Don. The city of Parsons, Kansas is currently at full capacity with their businesses on the main street. They've been growing since the tornado hit the city 22 years ago. According to the city, this is not the end, as the city wants to use the location as a foundation to continue building. The city appreciates the older businesses that have been a great foundation for the growth that's been happening the past years.
You want to have a place where there's a good grouping of stores, so if someone wants to do some Christmas shopping, they can come down and walk around or whatever, so that's a big deal.
A business that recently left Main Street was replaced almost immediately. Disc golf has been a growing sport since the early 1970s, and Parsons wants to bring that competition to town. Parsons has options for all ages with 2 courses to play, from beginner to pros. Tolan Creek course was added last year, and a new course for beginners is nearing completion in Forest Park. Disc golf follows rules similar to golf, with discs designed specifically for various shots, from putts to drives. This Saturday, September 10th at Tolan Creek in Parson, MD Disc Golf is hosting a disc golf fundraiser for Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
We are going to be installing a beginner junior course. Parsons has a lot of different levels of courses to play, and that was one of them that they hadn't yet really tapped into to try to get the youth involved and not be intimidated by the bigger courses.
Still ahead, the Pitt State Gorillas hit the road for a big MIAA matchup with Nebraska Kearney, and the Nevada Tigers aim for a 3-0 start at home against East Newton. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are on the road tonight for the first time this season. The Gorillas have a tough one, hitting the road to Kearney, Nebraska to face the 11th ranked Lopers. And both of these teams 1-0 coming into the night. Listen, game was so wild, man. It was tied at 28 with under a minute to go, but Chad Dotson Jr. finds Bryce Murphy for a 72-yard touchdown with just 12 seconds on the clock. Gorillas knock off the Lopers 35-28. Murphy goes for 119 and a score. Devin Garrison adds 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Gorillas are now 2-0. They'll return home on the 17th, hosting Northeastern State. The Nevada Tigers are off to a hot start this football season. The Tigers are 2-0 in their first 2 games, outscoring their opponents a combined 96-14. Tonight, Nevada hosting a little Thursday night action against the East Newton Patriots. East Newton trying for their first win of the fall. First Tigers possession, Cade Beshore connects with Avius Stedman. Gets to the outside, in for the score. After a fumble recovery, Nevada doing more damage. Jordan Johnson straight up the middle for the touchdown. Makes it 13-0 Tigers. Later in the first, East Newton ball now. Not for much longer though. Tyler Lombardi snatches it out of the air for the interception. Nevada cashes in with a long touchdown by Drew Beechler. Second quarter, Tigers stay rolling. Handoff to Case Sanderson. Battles his way in for 6. Then threatening once again, Beshore airs it out. Longobardi lays out, makes the grab for the touchdown. Nevada keeps East Newton off the board the whole way through, 68-0 the final. The Kansas City Chiefs kick off the season on Sunday afternoon against the Arizona Cardinals. It's going to be a bit of a new look offense for Kansas City with the loss of wide receiver Tyreek Hill. And of course, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they are still there, but this season, Kansas City will rely on a handful of new and young players.
We have a very experienced coaching staff that's done an outstanding job of working with these guys. And the unknown is the unknown. So the thing that I always tell our guys is, ideally, we would love to be perfect in everything that we do. But perfection is not reality. So one thing I want to see is how our guys react to adversity and how we handle those situations. Because there's ebb and flows throughout the course of the game. And the thing is, if we can weather those storms, we're going to find a way to grow together and be successful.
The St. Louis Cardinals finish up their 4-game series with the Nationals tonight. The Cards try to take the series after winning 2 of the first 3. Now this one, final game of a 7-game homestand for St. Louis. Yadier Molina, nice evening. Second inning, crushes this one to Big Mac Land. 2-run shot. Cardinals take a 3-1 lead. Top of the 4th, how about some defense? It's 3-2. Nolan Arenado fields it, slides head first to beat Nelson Cruz to the bag. Nice defense there from Arenado. To the 4th, we're going back to Yadier Molina. Goes deep down the line. This one actually stays fair and clears the wall. At that point, game is tied at 4, but then the Nationals would pull away. They go on to beat the Cardinals 11-6. How about Pittsburgh State, Dow?
Wow.
Huge road win.
12
against a tough
seconds to
team.
play.
Yeah, Bryce Murphy, huge week last week. Somehow topped it this week.
I wonder if the Gorillas are going to be ranked.
I have no doubt they will be. We'll have the latest on that Tuesday morning.
We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Lawrence Horton served in the U.S. Army from 1942 to 1946. His hometown, Rocky Comfort, Missouri. And we are proud to salute Private First Class Lawrence Horton, a four-state hero. Researchers have identified the world's earliest known mammal. I would say cute, but no, it's kind of scary. This is an illustration of the small shrew-like creature that scientists believe walked the Earth some 225 million years ago. They say this animal predates what they thought was the earliest mammal by about 20 million years. The creature was only around 8 inches long, but it lived at the same time as some of the very earliest dinosaurs. Scientists dated the creature using fossils of hard tissue such as bones and teeth. It's almost certain that at some point they will find fossils of mammals that will predate that one. But at this point, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
225 million years.
A few years back.
The weather, temperature's looking pretty nice.
Yeah, back into the upper 80s for us tomorrow. Near 90 on Saturday, and we're going to watch for some scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms, Saturday night into Sunday.
Final sports note.
Quarterback Chad Dotson Jr. had a massive night for Pittsburgh State tonight. 301 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Also led the team in rushing with 57 yards.
None of those passes bigger than the final one.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us. Morning show begins at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.
Salon services